So I never got to play this originally. Ooh. Hmm. I'm not sure how these interact. I'm more of a psi person, personally. But I'm not really magnetic, I would say. I'm gonna go this way. With the sensitive.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained. Yes, it is.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again.
I do love disco.
It wants to walk the desert. Hurting. Longing.
Something about it.
Dancing to disco music.
Interesting. Okay.
You can take it. You're a champion.
Fine.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your
It's like me in my early 30s.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the sofa. As you slowly reach abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an Please stop. It's horrible. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive, for now. This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. This is bad. Feels like for quite a long time, still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact. Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable.
Well, I'd rather put them in the black.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Because you're a police officer, sir. I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Sure.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? No. You see, that's not what you said. You said... Come on, man. Fred.
Don't back down now. Say what you...
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Okay, that's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit. I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. Whatever you are, you should stick to it. Otherwise, it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Close his door.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door does not care. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Fair enough.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop. Yes, you are. A real decorated hero. What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike. No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here. No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here. No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias to manage, 3 Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know,
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize this is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. So,
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant.
where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that. So cigarettes will have to do.
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. Yes. They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need... You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down after you, officer.
Alright. What's this? Okay.
The man with the
Mr. Gart, right? You run...
yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What? I have no idea what that means. What is this, a joke to you? Is this what you get when you call...
Sir, I understand your concern.
Yes, of course.
For a moment, the cafeteria manager fidgets under the lieutenant's gaze. then it gives in.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective. I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree. That's easy. See that door there? First, you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency, whatever part of the world you're in right now.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will... Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know, you can...
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
There's a shuffle of nylon as... That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
From the bottom of your blue soul, a term emerges.
But it's not inane. You owe me...
It is cruel of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We need to work now.
Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station. You still owe me 70. If you don't...
That's enough now, sir.
Hey, I got out of 60 real of it.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails. All up.
Kuno's Got this.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throw.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what... I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Fuck no. Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not,
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target.
End of conversation. Very strong. You should be this stoic.
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went. You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night, Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis. And you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah,
You're testing Kuno.
get lost.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Yeah, think about it. Think about that rabid Kuno shit.
He seems glad someone understood what he was going for. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear him at...
Watch out, Kuno, he's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please! Help! Misters, help!
rolling super hard. He's having the time of his life. Total ecstasy. Fuck the pig.
He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late!
I fail everything.
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target. Instead,
Pig's trying not to cry. Kuno can't believe. Pig, Kuno thought you had this. What happened?
the whole charade was about establishing dominance over you.
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up.
Yeah, you deserve this. Trying to show your dick to Kuno. Kuno was scared. Kuno's just gonna beat this.
I told you not to tempt such forces. Now, how about we go and do something worth the public...
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up.
He's about to blow. Cops.
inconspicuous pile of the roofing material. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slant.
Alright, well, there's something there. All that is. It's not hard.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help? We don't see a lot of police around here. That's all. Of course. What can I help? Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you too. Of course. Where to? What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez.
He knows where we are. He just wants direct.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broke just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water, water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church.
I don't know. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the mud. No problem. Of course.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after.
Sure. Keep them.
Before you stands a motor cab. Vapor emanates. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green the soft purr of electrical kit.
This is Precinct 57.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on.
Received. Hold.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer.
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again. There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
No, absolutely not. No, not me. No, sorry, I don't. No, people don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the court. No one calls the police. The union would get angry. You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers' union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, let's just say I left the... You know who?
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words.
I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget about this, okay? Maybe, I don't know. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags, when she was still...
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Okay, officer.
Crackling static, more static, and yes, more of that. You hear a sigh.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest.
10-4, what's your status? Over. 10-18, 10-20, over. 10-18, state your message, sir. Over. 10-9, repeat message, over. 10-4, message received. This is...
10-22, the captain.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Oh.
Fuck me! Mac, come here! You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost...
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come again. I did...
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's...
Sergeant Orson wants to know if...
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about... 10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat, please. Over. 10-9, come in, officer. Over. Come in, officer. 10-9, repeat message, please.
He said, dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't. This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
Now is a good time to say fuck and ass and so on. That'll make this all right.
That's a negative, not...
What's he saying?
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. So...
Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about. Tell him to apologize.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims you made about his mother. Mac, he says you shouldn't have antagonized the firewalker in the first place.
Who?
Satellite Officer V. I'm afraid he might be referring to himself as Firewater, sir.
Firewater? He's lost it. Fuck it. Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing that matters.
Satellite Officer V. 10-4, affirmative. Officer in...
Oh, God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. 10-4, I hear you.
What does he want?
He's asking for...
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says it's important.
He isn't getting a
requested.
Nothing is working.
Anything else, sir? Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart about it.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
Come again, sir? I didn't understood, sir. Roger that. 10-10.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st, the small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minnow enters.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost his badge and his sidearm. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were... This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer, quite a metallic drawer, slides out.
Take what you need, officer.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can... The handles are long and the pry bar feels not cold and heavy. Like useful for opening all sorts of doors. It's robust. What lets you see things in it. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gate. All around you, rain, the spring thaw, looking up at the sky. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Your shirt sticks to your chest. A traffic jam, rain thrumming on the roofs of the road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the gate. Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the It's home.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain's sheets of wreck, the ruins of a half-sunken sea fort, crumble on it. The skyscrapers of La Delta. Will you ever go there? No, you are just one of the hundreds of urban coastline, Coal City.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Did I need or... Above there.
The worn and beaten wooden...
We can sit on...
Alright, let's go get my tie. Guess I can't get the tie yet. Can I get this stuff? Get the block.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow!
The smell is repulsive. Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. There is freight nearby, east of the host. There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling.
Alright, so how do we get to the greenhouse? Okay, so...
Call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the east.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gather from another place. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Yeah, imagine.
Behind the laugh, however.
So tell me, what do you need? Huh? Oh, the bosses, man. Makes sense.
Maybe don't tell people. The people they don't like are actually right.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane and half the... I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like...
Ah, yes. From the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do us lorry drivers. Cam, you know, not my thing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures?
Oh, high-grade narcotics.
Time to arrest him.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though even we're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
I'm okay, man. Just... the jam's got me down.
Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct.
Don't be a stranger.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Nothing. No. This one is a monster in disguise.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Bastards! We have a... Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are...
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking. Cops and rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, we have families to feed you people.
So do we, Scab.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union...
I have a question. Why do
you think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market. Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let... I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness.
What are you talking about?
Yes, he's tense and dangerous.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing.
We are not picking a side in
pity.
Lad!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy.
What's it to you? No. Don't think we've met before. I came to help out. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. When a bunch of ungrateful beats me.
When the man moves around, you perceive some...
I work hard. And I would work even harder if the fuckers would let... We were promised work. We'd be in. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean headman. Why don't you go arrest?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home.
No! They will give up.
Scab?
What did he just call you? A... Oh no, not this again.
I was just messing with you. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating them. Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better here at the harbor. For an honest union man like me. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of I walk right past Measurehead. Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is. Sure. Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your...
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. Was not meant as provocational.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks...
Right. Always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch you and...
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or...
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it.
She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with,
I don't know. Frit? I think they think that the extra tea makes it funkier. It doesn't. Okay. I'm not really supposed...
She looks up from...
Yes. What we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look. I don't really know anything. I mean, not really. No. I didn't know. I don't know, really.
No need to worry.
Okay. Uh-huh.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear up. You need a bag, I guess. We feel free to use it if you find a bag, though.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf. A small cabinet on the wall.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Dramamine. Okay, don't lie.
A colourful display of cigarettes there, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer.
Sure. But I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that. No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
There he still is, looking right.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow Kuno!
I don't have enough of that yet, though.
Hello again, sweet.
The lieutenant not wait. Who's?
Why, you are. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly... Take heart, officer. You're still a man in your prime. You must forgive me. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend...
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you, with absolute certainty...
Now, gentlemen, no need to... Thank you, but... perhaps another time. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager.
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe. You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe try to force a tear out of your duct. Really rip into the whole emotional aggression thing.
Officer, get a hold of yourself, please.
Sweetie, I'm sorry, but I think you need more help than I can...
You must be joking.
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union.
Interesting idea. This Everard said.
Oh, I'm sure you would make a wonderful gigolo, dear. With those.
She's not really lusting after those bicycles.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I don't have money for you. If there's anything else, Yes, officer. You look rather dead.
She won't judge you. No.
Oh, my. You know that's right. And where is... Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of... How would I even begin to tell you? I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Speaking of history, you know what year it is. That's right, dear. How splendid.
Her relief is palpable. She was good.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Oh, sweetie. It's really not. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. Oh, dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in but we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like...
She's scared now. She's realized you...
Someone more educated in sweeping, Matt.
No. I'm not an...
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone... Of course, dear.
The door is closed. Still no answer. Still nothing. The lieutenant, he doesn't like where this is going. You should punch a fucking hole in it. The murmur in your ears recede. The bed is cold and not particular. This fan has or has it been consigned there as punishment? You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The bed is cold and not... The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind. What do you mean? Assess the damage. The morning light hurts your eyes. Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suit. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to, where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit.
And by that you mean crimes against humanity? I have no idea what that means.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3. You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the... This Post Levantorie mail collection box has been heavily... The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shut, and then suddenly you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the word.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
That is a book. They have stories inside them. A postcard is a small card.
She is unfazed by your question.
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like? Okay, sir. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisant. Feel free to step in and... I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But...
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case.
Yes. Please do look at our wares inside.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the free. No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow... Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. And the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime. And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Head? Yeah.
No, it's your... No, your resilience.
That's a bit childish. Say what, sir? You don't have to be, sir. He's just a... Maybe you can show me some real police. It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to... Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a... It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually... Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People... These are not very common. You can't have a choice... Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick it. That's really not a proper romance story. That's more not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flower. The girl is at a loss for words. She shifts and sways on her feet, looking.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how to help you. Sir, sorry.
It's time to leave it be. You're about to make a child cry. Are you proud of yourself? You're not really an automaton.
Yes. Yes, sir.
You fell to do. She waits intently.
Come on, anyone would notice that.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please...
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like...
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of...
She has fine-tuned her voice to the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a...
Doesn't feel like it's thriving.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10.
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how...
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette, as a young girl should be. With the proper attitude, she'll have a bright...
The woman before you scans the store.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves. Take a look.
She smiles and a small mountain of colorful board game boxes, an endless variety of source books. There's also a large hardbound tome with There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition mega setting supplement. Nonsense for anemic Beano-clads.
Wonderful board games, sir. Raubritter.
Who are you going to play board games with? Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Friends are technically like... For playing with friends, I'd recommend suzerainty. It's a civilization...
This bookstore is not strict. Amidst the various books, you find the point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is that it serves platitudes, while also wholeness, unity. When it's up to your mind to hear, the book features There's even a chapter on the ancient... This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The book contains very little explanation on the matter. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific... For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand. Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab. It is, and good for the circulation too. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pail. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins. Especially, this is exactly what you need. I don't know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this pale, there's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their merit.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. Sir, I can't have you end up like...
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the...
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled?
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be...
She looks away. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now, why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please...
The curtains do seem frail suddenly. Not robust enough to
No! Please just talk to me, officer.
Lies. There is something mysterious about the curtains. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron shape. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Hello again, esteemed officer. I already told you, it's just a stop. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn book. No! Okay, fine. It's because... Are you happy now, officer? Happy that...
Take it easy. You've broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain...
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin.
Didn't that curtain just move?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the fact there's something wrong with this building, I can tell you.
Sounds familiar.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the...
Psychic arts? Sounds right down our alley. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world...
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. I'm not sure I can trust your claims.
Hey now, hey. You need the booze to focus. The lieutenant keeps his usual. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
How do you...
Here we go.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within...
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear? Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The end...
Do not act surprised. You know...
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman. A witch, probably. I've suspected that she... Yes. That chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has buried some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask... Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now... Oh, this! No, it's a special Himian amulet. There are numerous spells...
The woman before you. You see a set of tattered... You see a dimly lit room...
Oh!
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. You smash into the wood and see a small crack.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
A barbell lies on its 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of. Why does it feel so familiar? No, it's not that. It's a memory from an. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out these lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. You make out translucent Welkins with organs. Who are all those creatures? One of the Welkins, towering among the rest. It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin. His face white, and the Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welking creatures. Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. Political commentary. This looks like concept art for a project. Just look at those details.
And for what? The photo collage depicts barren, icy land. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore, albeit dark and cold. This vision also feels cozy. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs." This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, the handwriting is only partly legible, but you can. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube.
A radio computer. Just sitting here.
The machine lights up like some It's empty, like a beehive. The filament you have would fit perfectly, like a smooth draw. The filament, nothing happens. A bar of fabric right above the keep. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area? Oh no. It was already glowing. The static gets louder, slowly.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. That was a question. Good.
You should ask her for a hint.
No. I am contractually obliged to protect the
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat the received? I will register.
That sounds bad. Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you to Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using? One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary Any other questions? Yes,
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
They are merely cautious. It's my job to protect their I work as a repeater. As for me, well...
On an island on the river Esperance, doesn't it get lonely? Sitting there all by...
Lonely?
That's why she does...
Now, please tell me if they're... Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. The filament slides out. Your flashlight, some of the writing has faded with these light translucent. Who are all the... One of the Welkins, towering. Your eyes glide over the photo, entire ocean, albeit dark, a pinned postcard. The handwriting is only outside. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. A diagram for summoning some time. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV, what unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations. All lead back to one red heart. Type looks like someone very important. The leader of whoever decides to call in to a call-in station. All of this is gone.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious the schedule. I know doom when I see it.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. You see a terrifying ice bear with a... This ice bear is a hyper-carnivore. Be careful. The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes out. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. The lieutenant takes a peek.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers. With the... You pocket the note. And the little fridge magnets keeping it. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a...
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with... A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment bit.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs, rummaging.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the Take It. You're a police...
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around.
He likes this find. 2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. An electric sizzle. The A thick layer of coal dust. Looks like this furnace has a face. And
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat. No one has used it in ages.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness, you...
What are you doing? Wait, really? You should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
Something breaks loose in you.
Hello?
You've awakened the entity.
Hello? Did you say anything?
You hear a low rumble up.
After you, officer.
Only the black cable is plugged into the breaker box.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of die?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even... I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the dice.
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong.
Answers? How strange. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
This person means you or no one else. Absolutely no harm.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice, not especially. I like working with rare materials and...
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Nothing really.
Who cares about the dead body? The lieutenant looks at his note.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard.
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when well, there's always something going on in the Whirlings. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And late...
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing...
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I might have. But in this case, it's really hard to make any...
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living.
Creative.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? All right, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time, and then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing.
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
I was just about to ask.
The jig is up. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Exactly. Truth is, but I'm glad we got this.
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific? Oh boy, the fabled Revo Show ICT. You're in. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. No, there was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you.
Sounds like she really didn't. Fritta does the same thing.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne, and they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. Eventually, Ravishow ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece. Out of maybe. Because the taxidermist who made it, he said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherion.
Scary, but...
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast by telling you to do more.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
What? No, officer. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the neckties? I guess they do sometimes, officer. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream.
Outside it's light.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time. Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
Me neither. I just wanted off my face. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemidep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth. Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. I think it would take more than a kind man, from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when it didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in my...
You should have known it.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much... Oh, this one's a mess. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for and they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims.
What does she mean?
Don't worry, the ACP has a separate division that deals exclusively with the...
Good luck with that. You mean Mr. Fabron?
But what drugs exactly?
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals.
Even you can almost see it. A small, sickly old man.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among, and you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Actually, insects do have brains, but yes,
As she shifts around, you notice several dead...
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri, the usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business.
Men like that are accursed.
Sure, but Slipstream is history. I have no idea why those skis and Fortress Accident, the radio games.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems. They certainly took their work very seriously. The usual. They ran out of money. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest. Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about it. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is
not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The dice is black and filled.
Anything else? Oh, right. I hope you did. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wire. The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list. As I said, it's quite sure. I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it's still... Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes, you hustle. Oh, yeah, like a horse, a workhorse, for hard work. Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. That's just what it's like, life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rule. You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. You're a straight rider. Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich? Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Boo-hoo. The system is broken. Look, the immigrants are cool. The immigrants play cool music. Everyone likes them, especially the women. Don't hate on the immigrants. That's right, 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam covered. Every time you wipe your ass, they got their direct and their 98% of all your money. Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free. Tiles on the cube like a smooth draw. The filament slides. The speaker.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Good. Please repeat the password. Proceed. Fortress accident. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still small. The filaments.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? Yes, that is. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. There was no idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the small...
His fascination has swept aside.
Not to my knowledge, but I don't think anyone has attempted to create... Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but it's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep...
You broke down the back door. Why? I hope you can find the solution quickly. The wards are broken. A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's...
Just don't say you don't have any aunt. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that? Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leak. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books.
Wow. Total psychic collapse.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am.
The note is written with a blue pen.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sully swap.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little... That's a plausible hypothesis. Really? You don't have a thing? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it. He'd probably try to pawn... I don't know. I assume...
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
It belongs inside a radio computer. Storing...
It's like the production schedule you found. This orange machine is buzzing like an... You slip your fingers under the frozen lid. If you want to try again, then you need to have the... is buzzing like an old sub. Turning the crank feels oddly sad. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar?
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture. Every school of thought and government has failed in. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that
Oh, come on, man.
I know exactly what you meant. You think... But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN.
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute...
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular...
Whatever you say, officer. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick the strike. They've been at it for a while. Apples. Yeah.
He's given you the runaround.
It's about biological determinism. Not the most popular...
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
Suit yourself, officer.
Is reality. I don't really know anything. I mean, I don't know. What about our government? Or do you mean we're in for it as mankind in a good place? I mean, so I don't know.
The clock shows that
When ordinary people take over the government and yeah, it happened like, cool.
you see several packaged raincoats.
Here you go.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. Likely, yes. This guy's
He was acting tough before. This probably scared him a bit.
Looking for something? It's not the
Change the topic. The way he's...
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books, huh? The people who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the The problem? The damn Kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. It's what the Kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And it's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Don't push your luck.
Betrays.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
That is precisely the negligence that has you reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B.
Show him the ham still got it.
Jerking motions. Signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far you gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory. You dominated. Listen, you will be
It is, baby, yeah.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from enough with this begging. Bring your troops to the Simenine Islands and to Boogie Street. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul. Your beloved.
This is your chance. He's No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Can we ask what kind of races there are first? Classification is core to...
Do you?
You are obviously a liberal, Sayerite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from you. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Mao, of course. The Maun, a receding genetic pool, has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Fredefort, the Vespertines and Messinians of Vesper and Messina, the other large Mondial civilization, the mass overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking, as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. Occidental type A, the indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Simonese inhabit the Areopagites are the master race of the Ilmaran deserts. The Simonese are descendants of the Areopagites. The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The latter is
Nature was not capable of more.
Type B are the unheroic races. To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham's. Pinkness is a racial quality. The Koiko account the Vasholians halfway between.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that the revolution came to Ravachol from the revolution. Enough of Tibet. Tips CF are a museum of lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a semini. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages. Then there is the Simino Koiki. The Koiko, as you, this will never happen. But enough. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself. You need to internalize what you have heard here today. Then I cannot possibly imagine what else. Don't be vulgar.
There must be some friction there.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision. Also, to serve is noble. Jam. Individualism. Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products. What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting into this harbor. Racists are I am not like them. I'm correct.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one. There always is.
Race is real. There is nothing I cannot possibly.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there. Forget about the bar. Or don't forget about it. You should totally try to get a drink there too. What happened, man? Get your drink on and your... There they both are. Two identical. It's pretty clear, ain't good. They're balanced. Come. A thin man is smoking. As you step in, he nods toward the table, and it must be his name. Garance. The man puts his cup down and replies something. He smiles and bangs his... You see a heavy steel. You immediately feel drawn to the color. The cobalt blue surface feels raw. The door does not budge.
You do? It's a door. It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look into it. As Gart is the person to ask about this.
The cobalt.
Can I help you? Do I have a shaker in my hand?
He sounds irritated.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I smiling? Do you see me? That's right, I'm the cafeteria manager. Even more reason for me not to serve you, sir. Was there anything else you... What thing? Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing... No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't... Or some boring storage space with a bunch of...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference.
Fine, okay, a little. But so, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found it. Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. They come here in the evenings.
He hates the union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and...
We should find out who this Lord faction is. We don't. We have to wait.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager.
Good question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere.
Whatever he may feel about you, he can't miss the opportunity to throw you a look of what he...
Yeah. The union guys think they're untouchable. They probably fucking killed that guy.
I have a feeling we'll make it.
What?
By the way, you should come back to...
Another thing. Great. Yes.
The man ponders his... He looks up at you, then, shrugging, is an internet...
Hello again, sweetie. Yes, dear.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half.
No, dear. I'm not quite that old. Although I was... Oh, my. What happened? That's how I feel about the accident. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I was lucky. This was almost 20 years. That's quite all right.
There is no bitterness in her voice. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eye. There he still is, looking right. There he still is, looking right. You crack open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still.
They do after 7 days, yes.
The man before you is naked, but the material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark, delicate, and fragile.
They are armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabaton, ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide, under the heel. Fair weather model. The locals probably scavenged it. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could...
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil. Yes, bullets will fly. They all...
No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. Someone could have cleaned the yard.
I hear you, cop, talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and...
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre.
What? Are you trying to ignore me?
Kuno, this boots shit is super boring and...
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. For a full set, about 4 years of wages. By catching, do you mean... Let's not...
What was that about the constabulatory before? You need to push some buttons if you want to recruit the loot.
So they don't get shot in the foot? I think our extremities are fine.
Oops. Well, no one said it would work. Back to detect.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound. Suddenly your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate like the scales of some ancient white monster. This feels dangerous. The sabatons dangle the cadavers. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A vermilion in yellow letters along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for
Extremely. Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a circus. When the circus leaves town and they tie a black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen.
No. More like in harbor. Like the one just east of here. I get a sense they used whatever was on hand. The brief suggested as much. Politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Okay. You should ask me for one the first moment we get. It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt, buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier.
The cadaver had an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. From the right, his corpse is marked by alcohol. Your fist clenches suddenly. Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Or
a map of the stars. I do see some... I agree.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls...
Shit, Kuno!
An instant color camera.
This is the first time he openly...
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by. His eyes are milky white, and dark brown hair grows on his head. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features.
I'm gone. Into the wild pale yon in the past.
Way out. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. And
takes one to know.
Go ahead, Kobo. What do you mean? It's the power of your imag.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions.
He loves, though, because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you coming right up, copperoonie? Fuck no. You're no. No, you don't. Between you and me, because you have loved me in, brother Copo. It was sure, Lobo, looking at my face, motionless. I'm all you have? Then you truly lost it all, brother. Maybe I was getting my rocks off. Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation? Captain Copodromo? I fear, do I remind you of someone? There you go. Look at that bright kid. We're
feeling nausea, vomiting, tenderness or pain around the liver area, tiny red lines on the skin.
Come back later, Copo.
As you narrow your eyes, only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue.
How should I know why you are squinting, officer? Oh.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marble.
So, what do you think?
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the...
The victim appears to have contained no more than...
The fuck he saying?
Talking about shit.
Maybe. I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all...
Stop talking.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal.
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood... The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck. I agree.
There are crow's feet in his eye.
Totally dead. Dabba-doob-doob dead.
But there is no breath.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Of course. You have questions. Come back later.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique... The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us. Someone else? You mean like... the police? Someone like a paid garbage man? Or I know it's hard, but I assure you, climb up there and saw the branch? I don't trust that ladder. The assailant... Honestly, I prefer a non-acrobatic solution to this. There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang bang!
How? It absolutely will not, officer.
Yeah, now it's...
No miss!
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid.
But what else can we do? We are not getting him down already. Not getting him down is... I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to...
Confirmed. It's unsafe. But what other options? The corps...
Look, see?
You belittled yourself before the Kuno.
Fucking what pig? Yeah, how are we gonna make it up to Kuno pigs?
Please.
The lieutenant does not...
Don't listen to the blind. You can pay tribute to Kuno.
What are you doing? No, you really...
You don't fucking matter, buck imp.
But why? You're turning this into a huge thing. You're totally unraveling, officer.
Kuno, the pig's getting to me. Looks like it's time for me.
She means it. The fit.
I'm going away for a long.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me. I got mine.
You can still see the top of her. This trash container is locked. There's something in there. Not necessarily. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell.
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? What do you mean, feel? I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers. Oh. It might also be... We could try using a pry bar.
Did someone say pry bar? Pry bar, pry bar. Your palms yearn its cold touch.
Or we could ask for a key from the manager.
Ask the manager? Bullshit. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says,
Can I help you? Mine?
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out.
I thought as much.
Well, yes.
it seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need?
It concerns the case.
Just bring them back once you're done.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need utterly through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ear. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for its prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It serves them right. You have to find something tragic to sing for. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light flash. What are you? Deaf? They're perfect. Like rock star Polly. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bayi. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you advanced race theory. Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetic. An intricate web of blue light. It still kind of looks like a gun. For you to discover. Someone close to the victim might know. This trash container is with a well-oiled. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk. A box falls into pieces among the threadbare kitchen tap as the legs of the slime-covered jeans.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. Here, the belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your a drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored.
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of
the rest of the rags are just kitchen variety.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple.
The fuck's he on about?
See? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes.
The lieutenant nods. It's just organic nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic stick. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes.
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hand. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly raised only in its social sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you've... How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can... The trash collection service? See...
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops.
Thank you anyway.
I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Yes? Absolutely.
You wait and see, absolutely, in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit. It's the legend found in the trash. A pitiful cap. There's a piece of toilet paper. Or is it cleaning tissue? It's a metaphor. Below the pathetics, it's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is an aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the paper. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular.
What? Yes, halogen. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp.
How many years you've been on?
Any capable light with the right wavelength. All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen.
This means you can read the...
Okay.
while a bunch of sodden they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yes, all caps. One is called, others appear more light-hearted. You like this grimy murdering. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the revolution, when the organization had little... Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. I pray his loved ones. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was work.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash inspect the get the body, interview the cafeteria man, a satisfying / things to be done, and...
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we saw...
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. In the back, you see thin 3. The topmost are a monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe, these are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for a dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. Color of the irises. Predation. Yes, all that remains now is to what delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. The rest of the stinking cellulose it's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough blue. The blue heart. Something rattles inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is with your hands. You 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat. The stuff is not what you... A hot flash of rage comes over you. For a moment it's unjust. That's what... The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle.
Alright. I think it's done for this episode. And we'll see you guys later.